We're with Paul Reeves at Reeves Racing to chat about their runners at Hollywood Bets Kenilworth on Saturday, the 2nd of November. Paul, thanks for your time this morning.
No problem.
So lovely card of runners on Saturday, starting in race 1, the 1,000-metre maiden plate. You've got number 13, Peanut Pops, with Devon Ashby on board. Coming back after a bit of a layoff, so this will be the second run back. Will it be a bit fitter?
Yeah, he will. His first run back after a long break, he was quite an immature type horse. Still is, really. Had his first run, he made up some nice ground up the fence, which I was really happy about, but then when he hit the 200, he pulled up blowing really hard. So we hadn't done enough with him. We're not in favour of grassing our horses all the time, so he's come off of that, so that was just really a good gallop for him. He'll run better if he gets a little closer than he did last time. He was 4 lengths off last time, so if he gets beat a couple of lengths, I'll be happy with that because he's on the up. So yeah, I expect improvement.
Then race 3, the 1,400-metre maiden plate for fillies and mares. You've got the interestingly named Vixen in the Vineyard, also quite a lightly raced filly. She's jumping from number 9 with Ash and Aries on board. What can you tell us about her?
I firstly think she's very well named. Yeah, Marsh Shirkliff named her. It's his filly, and yeah, he came up with that. I think it's a lovely name. Yeah, she's a filly that's shown us so much. She's a lovely filly, big striding filly. Definitely takes after the Fortwood side of What a Winter, the mare sides. So yeah, I just don't really know what to expect from her. You know, she had 2 shockers. The one was in the mud at Durbanville. Her last run, we opted to put a pair of blinkers on her, just half cups, and Rachel came down to ride her, and she ended up in front first time over the mile, so that wasn't really ideal, but she hung on there quite a long time, and only like the last 200 she compounded a bit, so I wasn't disappointed with the run. It was a big improvement. Again, I expect bigger improvement. However, this week we have noticed that she's getting her tongue over. So that could be half the reason. So we've opted to slip a tongue tie on as well. Yeah, I'm hoping that she's up nice and handy and she uses that action because she's a lovely, lovely filly, and it's time for her now to start to showing us what she's showing us at home, you know. So expecting again more improvement.
Then race 8, the 1,400-metre class 4. You've got Noonday Gun, drawn 5 with Ash and Aries on board. Did win his maiden over this course and distance back in May under Robert Carty. How's he doing at the moment?
Yeah. You know what, he's done really well. I didn't think he was a horse that suited Durbanville either, so it's pretty much ideal that we're back at Kenilworth for him. Yeah, when he won well. We hadn't done a lot with him, and he was a new recruit to us. So he ran 4th his first start for us, then he won, and then he ran a little bit of a not so grand race. And Robert Carty rode him and said he was hanging a little bit. So we found this couple of small little issues with him. He bounced back and ran a good race over the 14 with Ashton Aries. He ran 4th. So yeah, we're hoping for the same kind of a run.
And then the lucky last race, 9,000-metre class 4 for fillies and mares. You're saddling Palo Queen, drawn 8 with Robert Carty on board. I'm sure she'll be happy to be back at Hollywood Bets Kenilworth.
Yeah, yeah, she's not really, although she's fast, she's not really suited to Durbanville. Yeah, she was absolutely a diamond last season. She did really well. She wasn't out of the money the whole season. So we were pretty proud of her. And then on the first, when it was all do or die, it rained. Not ideal for Palo Queen. So that was a disaster. And then her last run, also at Durbanville, we opted to get the little claim for her down the apprentice. And yeah, it was his first ride at the course, so we're not blaming, but he ran hopelessly wide, shocking ride, everything went wrong. So yeah, we've done a little bit of work with Palo Queen. We've had her on the indigo substances, and she's turned the corner. So we're hoping we've got her back. Indigo's our new sponsor, and yeah, we're just happy to see some of these horses blossom. It's a wonderful product, but you know, we're just hoping to see, happy to see some of our horses blossoming now. So they've got a substance for everything. So it's grand. So yeah.